Be not afraid nor dismayed by reason of this great multitude, for the battle is not yours, but God's. You do not fight against your problem. Your problem will only live as long as you are conscious of it. Again, you do not fight against your problem. Your problem will only live as long as you are conscious of it. Take your attention away from your problem and the multitude of reasons why you cannot achieve your ideal. Concentrate your attention entirely upon the thing desired. Leave all and follow me. Matthew 8:22. Luke 5:27. In the face of seemingly mountainous obstacles, claim your freedom. The consciousness of freedom is the father of freedom. Again, in the face of seemingly mountainous obstacles, claim your freedom. The consciousness of freedom is the father of freedom. It has a way of expressing itself which no man knows. Ye shall not need to fight in this battle. Set yourself, stand still, and see the salvation of the Lord with you. I am the Lord. I am, your consciousness is the Lord. The consciousness that the thing is done, that the work is finished, is the Lord of any situation. The consciousness that the thing is done, that the work is finished, is the Lord of any situation. Listen carefully to the promise. Ye shall not need to fight in this battle. Set yourself, stand still, and see the salvation of the Lord with you. With you. That particular consciousness with which you are identified is the Lord of the agreement. He will, without assistance, establish the thing agreed upon on earth. Again, He will, without assistance, establish the thing agreed upon on earth. Can you, in the face of the army of reasons why a thing cannot be done, quietly enter into an agreement with the Lord that it is done? Can you, now that you have found the Lord to be your awareness of being, become aware that the battle is won? Can you, no matter how near and threatening the enemy seems to be, continue in your confidence, standing still, knowing that the victory is yours? If you can, you will see the salvation of the Lord. Remember, the reward is to the one who endures. Matthew 24:13. Stand still. Psalm 46:10. Standing still is the deep conviction that all is well. It is done. No matter what is heard or seen, you remain unmoved, conscious of being victorious in the end. All things are made by such agreements, and without such an agreement, there is not anything made that is made. John 1:3. And I am that I am. Exodus 3:14. In Revelations, it is recorded that a new heaven and new earth shall appear. 21:1. John, shown this vision, was told to write, "It is done." 21:6. Heaven is your consciousness and earth its solidified state. Therefore, accept as did John, it is done. All that is required of you who seek a change is to rise to a level of that which you desire, without dwelling upon the manner of expression. Record that it is done by feeling the naturalness of being it. Again, all that is required of you who seek a change is to rise to a level that which you desire, without dwelling upon the manner of expression. Record that it is done by feeling the naturalness of being it. Here is an analogy that might help you to see this mystery. Suppose you entered a motion picture theater just as the feature picture came to its end. All that you saw of the picture was the happy ending. Because you wanted to see the entire story, you waited for it to unfold again. With the anticlimactic sequence, the hero is displayed as accused, surrounded by false evidence, and all that goes to wring tears from the audience. But you, secure in the knowledge of the ending, remain calm with the understanding that, regardless of the seeming direction of the picture, the end has already been defined. In like manner, go to the end of that which you seek. Witness the happy end of it by consciously feeling you express and possess that which you desire to express and possess. And you, through faith, already understanding the end, will have confidence born of this knowledge. This knowledge will sustain you through the necessary interval of time that it takes the picture to unfold. Ask no help of man. Feel it is done by consciously claiming yourself to be, now, that which as man you hope to be. Thy will be done. Not my will, but thine be done. Luke 22:42. Not my will, but thine be done. O my Father, if this cup may not pass away from me, except I drink it, thy will be done. Matthew 26:42. Nevertheless, not what I will, but what thou wilt. Mark 14:36. This resignation is not one of blind realization that I can of myself do nothing. The Father within me, he doeth the work. I can of mine own self do nothing. As I hear, I judged. And my judgment is just, because I seek not mine own will, but the will of the Father, which hath sent me. John 5:13. Believest thou not that I am in the Father, and the Father in me? The words that I speak unto you, I speak not of myself, but the Father that dwelleth in me, he doeth the work. John 14:10. When man wills, he attempts to make something which does not now exist appear in time and space. Too often we are not aware of that which we are really doing. We unconsciously state that we do not possess the capacities to express. We predicate our desire upon the hope of acquiring the necessary capacities in future time. I am not, but I will be. Man does not realize that consciousness is the Father which does the work, so he attempts to express that which he is not conscious of being. Such struggles are doomed to failure. Only the present expresses itself. Again, man does not realize that consciousness is the Father which does the work. So he attempts to express that which he is not conscious of being. Such struggles are doomed to failure. Only the present expresses itself. Unless I am conscious of being that which I seek, I will not find it. God, or your awareness, is the substance and fullness of all. God's will is the recognition of that which is, not of that which will be. Instead of seeing this saying as "thine will be done," see it as "thy will is done." The works are finished. The principle by which all things are made visible is eternal. Eyes have not seen nor ears heard, neither had it entered into the hearts of men, the things which God had prepared for those who love the law. Eye had not seen nor ear heard, neither had entered into the heart of man, the things which God had prepared for them that love him. Corinthians 2:9. When a sculptor looks at a formless piece of marble, he sees, buried within its formless mass, his finished piece of art. The sculptor, instead of making his masterpiece, merely reveals it by removing that part of the marble which hides his conception. The same applies to you. In your formless awareness lies buried all that you will ever conceive yourself to be. Again, in your formless awareness lies buried all that you will ever conceive yourself to be. The recognition of this truth will transform you from an unskilled laborer who tries to make it so to a great artist who recognizes it to be so. It is so. Your claim that you are now that which you want to be will remove the veil of human darkness and reveal your claim perfectly. I am that. God's will was expressed in the words of the widow. It is well. Man's will would have been, it will be well. To state, I shall be well is to say, I'm ill. God, the eternal now, is not mocked by words or vain repetition. God continually personifies that which is. Thus, the resignation of Jesus, who made himself equal with God, was turning from the recognition of lack, which the future indicates with I shall be, to the recognition of supply by claiming I am that. It is done. Thank you, Father. Again, I am that. It is done. Thank you, Father. Now you will see the wisdom in the words of the prophet when he states, let the weak say, I am strong. Joel 3:10. Man in his blindness will not heed the prophet's advice. He continues to claim himself to be weak, poor, wretched, and all the other undesirable expressions from which he is trying to free himself by ignorantly claiming that he will be free from these characteristics in the expectancy of the future. Such thoughts thwart the one law that can ever free him. There is only one door through which that which you seek can enter your world. I am the door. John 10:9. When you say I am, you are declaring yourself to be. First person, present tense. There is no future. To know that I am is to be conscious of being. To know that I am is to be conscious of being. Consciousness is the only door. Unless you are conscious of being that which you seek, you seek in vain. Unless you are conscious of being that which you seek in vain. If you judge after appearances, you will continue to be enslaved by the evidence of your senses. To break this hypnotic spell of the senses, you are told, go within and shut the door. But when thou prayest, enter into thy closet, and when thou hast shut thy door, pray to thy Father which is in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret shall reward thee openly. Matthew 6:6. Enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy door about thee. Hide thyself, as it were, for a little moment, until the indignation be overpast. Isaiah 26:20. And when thou art come in, thou shalt shut the door upon thee and upon thy sons. 2 Kings 4:4. He went in therefore and shut the door upon them twain, and prayed unto the Lord. 2 Kings 4:33. The door of the senses must be tightly shut before your no claim can be honored. Closing the door of the senses is not as difficult as it appears to be at first. It is done without effort. It is impossible to serve two masters at the same time. Matthew and Luke. The master man serves is that which he is conscious of being. I am Lord and Master of that which I am conscious of being. Again, the master man serves is that which he is conscious of being. I am Lord and Master of that which I am conscious of being. It is not effort for me to conjure poverty if I am unconscious of being poor. My servant, poverty, is compelled to follow me, conscious of poverty, as long as I am, or the Lord, is conscious of being poor. Instead of fighting against the evidence of the senses, you claim yourself to be that which you desire to be. As your attention is placed on this claim, the doors of the senses automatically close against your former master, that which you were conscious of being. As you become lost in the feeling of being, that which you are now claiming to be true of yourself, the doors of the senses once more open, revealing your world to be the perfect expression of that which you are conscious of being. Again, as you become lost in the feeling of being that which you are now claiming to be true of yourself, the doors of the senses once more open, revealing your world to be the perfect expression of that which you are conscious of being. Let us follow the example of Jesus, who realized, as man, he could do nothing to change his present picture of lack. He closed the door of his senses against his problem and went to his Father, the one to whom all things are possible. Having denied the evidence of his senses, he claimed himself to be all that, a moment before his senses told him he was not. Knowing that consciousness expresses its likeness on earth, he remained in the claimed consciousness until the doors, or his senses, opened and confirmed the rulership of the Lord. Remember, I am is Lord of all. Never again use the will of man which claims I will be. Be as resigned as Jesus and claim, I am that. No other God.